Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we are ditching the water brush for our cute little travel brush. Maybe you've seen me use the water brush in the past, which is something that I still swear by, but something that I experience with a water brush is that it's sometimes a little bit too hard to force the water out. So for example, if I squeeze the brush like so, you can see that it takes time for the water to travel before the water actually drips, and it poses a challenge when I'm trying to do big washes over a scene. So today I decided to actually let go of the water brush that I've been using for I think over a year or a year and a half for plein air, just because it's so compact. And I decided that I am going to be using a travel brush instead, which is this little thing. This is a silver velvet Voyage round, I think in size 6 or 8. Not that the label is there anymore, but it's so compact. It's probably just as big as my art toolkit, and it flips out like so. I've had this brush for a while now because I was looking for a nice little brush to bring around, and this is one that I probably use a little bit more than other brushes, so I thought that I would give this a go. As I'm talking, I'm going to give you little breaks here and there, just so that you can take in the sounds of the ocean and the sounds of the peacefulness around this area in Hong Kong, because I felt a huge sense of peace from it, so I'm just hoping to share that with you as well. The first thing I did when I got here is I kind of spent some time looking around, not just because like the scene is really pretty, which it is. This is an area called Stanley over in Hong Kong, and you can just see people doing sort of lots of different things. Some people are sailing, some people are fishing, some people are just chilling, enjoying themselves, kind of looking out at the view. But there's just so much activity, and I was also contemplating on what to sketch. But then I saw these little bobby thingies right down there. And the purpose of that is, so a lot of areas where it's beaches controlled by the Hong Kong public government, they sort of cordon an area, and there is a net that goes from these bobby thingies all the way down, I believe, to the bottom of the ocean, which is not that low because this is still shallow field, and it kind of just prevents, I guess, fishes and other creatures from coming in, and also prevents people from being dragged away out to sea. So this is one of the safety measures that is available in Hong Kong, and I'm pretty sure it exists in other places too. But these caught my eye. Like, I always see them whenever I'm at the beach. Never really thought about drawing them, and I thought like doing large passes of water is a great way to test out the mileage of this brush. So right off the bat, it's really easy to make big large washes with this brush, which is really great because I experience a lot of that frustration when using this little guy. I think mainly because this brush holds a lot of water. I'm actually not too sure what hair this is. It's probably synthetic, but I could be wrong. But this one sort of has such a limitation because it's a very stiff brush and it doesn't put down a lot of water. So whenever I make washes, I do struggle with it quite a lot. The second thing I noticed is that I think for each kind of dip into my palette, I can get it to last a little bit longer without having to dip back in. And I think it's because the paint gets absorbed through these hairs as well, versus these nylon bristles, which I think what happens is they just kind of like stick onto the surface, but they don't really absorb a lot of the paint. So this per stroke, I get a lot more out of it. And it's just such a joy to use. The major drawback about using this is, of course, I need somewhere to set down a cup for water at least, or at least I have to hold the water. But then because I'm such a clumsy person, I would definitely tip over my stuff. That's the drawback, is I need to find a horizontal plane to set down all my stuff, including especially the water cup. But after doing it this time around, I mean, I just used a little tiny egg-shot cup from our toolkit, and it's not all that bad. It's somehow still doable to be able to get through my whole sketch with just that one little tiny water cup. And I don't even need a lot of water. I thought I would, I don't know why, but turns out that just using this as a one stroke is actually good enough for me to get a large passage of washes and for me to be able to really just fill in the whole page with very minimal water. I think it's because like when using gouache, I do tend to use a lot more water, and I think it just comes with the medium just because gouache has a lot more pigment, it's more opaque and all that. But with watercolor, actually you're quite economical with the water, which is quite interesting because you would think that it actually uses more water because of the nature of the paint, but turns out I don't even need to use that much anymore. But of course, if I'm looking to get big clean washes over a large surface area, then that would be different. Like I would need a lot of water and a lot of clean water at that. But we're out here doing a tiny sketch in an A6 sketchbook. Like you just don't really need that much. Overall, I think I'll start using this travel brush a little bit more now on my channel, or at least I will still carry this around because really it's so tiny. But I will also be carrying my cup. I won't be carrying like a container that's filled with water because I always have drinking water on me, so I can easily pour that. And I'll be carrying this little guy from now on, and let's see what kind of different sketches we can get with it. All right, that's gonna be it from me today. Thank you guys again so much for joining me today. Do you use a travel brush or do you use a water brush? Like, which kind of person are you? I would love to learn more, and I'll catch you next one. Bye.